welcome to the Politricks watch. This is RP. Now, Usain's money has been found. Well, the bank account details have been found. The money has gone for a walk. Let me talk about it. From going further, we have another patron birthday shout out. This one goes out to none other than Joan Counts. If you know this name by now, couple years well now, we are shout out Joan and her husband. You don't know, this is coming from Greg. Joan is the mother, right, of Greg's 8 children. Well, one of them passed away, them son, may his soul rest in peace. But this family is a big supporter of the movement. Joan, hope you have a great day, enjoy yourself. I have to tell you, your husband love you, the world you can't done. See? So big up yourself, Joan, and big up yourself, Greg. Welcome moving to the video. So, before we start, more remind people something. This is not just a Usain Bolt thing. Because that is what it is turning into, right? I understand Sir Ima the superstar or so, but remember there are dozens of people who also got scammed, right? And for them scam, don't look like how the scam took place. You're saying the temporary manager of SSL, who is from FSC, right? Find the account and all its details. Remember, multiple CEOs say them don't know nothing about any such account. It's almost like, it's a unicorn account. But the temporary manager for SSL, right, take a day or two or however long and find, right, the account where many of your favorite CEOs them never know nothing about. You see, it was a theory where when time I first hear about it, I'm kind of shake my head. This theory was that Usain Bolt never had an account at SSL to begin with. This one is coming from the fact that the CEO of the year, right, that is Zachary Harding, right, well, one time brokerage CEO of the year, Zachary Harding, did an interview, right, and say, right, for 3 years, he never hear, never see, never smell, right, never touch, nothing at all to do with any, right, Usain Bolt account. He don't know nothing about that, right, he don't know nothing about that. You know nothing about no account from Usain, right? A part of SSL. According to Harding's utterance, based on what Harding has said, look like nothing ever in SSL in the first place. I couldn't believe people were buying into this theory. The finance ministry come out and say, right, that's he did have an account and it's under LLC named Welljen, and they can see say Usain is behind Welljen. Right, as me say, the person from FSC who is now taking over SSL could clearly see that. Now enough celebrities and sports stars and them type of people tend to have LLCs and them things because them get paid in a big chunks, right, at once. Like them get a monthly payment, they're gonna get like 3 million one time and them things there. So them set up LLC and them things there for various reasons, right, a number of benefits come with that. Now when the finance minister come out and say, right, the account is real and he can say, are you seeing one? Right. All I was thinking to myself is, then people need to hear that. Right. Just think about this for a second. You see them check the account and realize it only had 12,000 US dollar when it should have 12 million. How can he have a balance if he had no account? You needed the finance minister to tell you, say, an account was there. Them have a balance. They must see the account now. They must look into the account now. They must check the account now. But they must see 12,000 when they must expect to see 12 million. So clearly, there must have been an account there. You must see the balance now. Anyway, the finance ministry come out and say the account is real. I guess them come up with the theory that, well, he must never have no account because they don't want to accept that many of Iron Man's favorite bigwigs, right, could actually be overseeing these companies and don't have a clue what go on. And that's at best. That's if you're generous. Right? If you're generous, they're just clueless. Right. Anyway, the company in question is called Welljen Limited. It was based in St. Lucia and managed by SSL. Now this right here, so a big leagues thing this. Right? This is a big money. But you know the time about conventional thinking. Right? This is the kind of advice where your typical bank teller or advisor now gonna get this. Sometimes serious money are coming. We have people at the Patreon squad who work for one of these type of companies like SSL, and them have to explain to me, right? Say you can't do that, because I was thinking to myself, St. Lucia, right? But apparently when they do that again, there are certain benefits. Big league thing we're talking about here, son. The journalist Abka Fitz Henley released some info from his sources, so all of this is coming from him, right? He mentioned say the account was set up, right? And even Gene Panton was a part of the setup process. He mentioned say at one point 50,000 US was withdrawn from Welljen by somebody who was allegedly a part of both team. I say allegedly because remember Gene herself confessed say them have ways of to forge this and forge that, so it could be a case of them say use Smaddy name, or it could actually be Smaddy from Usain both team. Right. But 50,000 was withdrawn. It goes on to state between 2012 and 2018, 6 million US was added. 6 million US. Between 2019 and 2022, a further 900,000, right, was added and then withdrawn. Let's just call that 7 million total. So you're wondering where the 12 million come from? Well, basically, they've been lying to him for about 10 years. The statement them him a receive I show him say the money will grow, right? So as far as he's concerned, the $7 million turned $12 million. Right? But in reality, the $7 million turned $12,000. The reason why they must say they want back $12 million is because that's what them thinking of their account, because the statements they've been getting all these years from SSL I say this is what the money turned into. Right? Based on what I'm reading also. This is worse than Cash Plus. And all in and all them things by far. Yeah. Remember, Cash Plus was a typical Ponzi scheme. Right? Some people get crazy high returns, some got unicorn. Right? Ponzi schemes are a thing where you use one investor money to pay the other high returns. This then bring in more investors because people start hearing now, so they might put in this and I get by that. Right? But the problem is after a while, you start to can't fund, right, the other investors. How is it possible for a $1 billion account to be set up and emptied and none of the bosses at SSL don't know about it? A $1 billion account. Right, forget about the 12 million now, we work with the 7 million now we see, right, posted. Right. How did that get set up? Right, money transfer, go over here, so then get emptied and none of the big them at SSL don't know about it? What kind of oversight these people have in a company? This is either gross incompetence or gross crookedness. Which one is it? Will you help me out? This is either gross incompetence, right, and your favorite big wigs them in a SSL, or gross crookedness. I wonder if it's a combination of both. You see, notice everybody now come out and say, I don't know what go on. Everybody look at them and claim the incompetence because I guess that's not illegal. Saying you're leading an organization when you don't know what go on tonight, right, it's not illegal, so people rather say that. Now as me say, there are people in the Patreon squad who work in this field, and I ask them how them things work, how could this happen? And they must say, now for them company, right, you need multiple people to sign off on any and everything. The client might meet with the advisor, but the advisor don't control, right, the collection of funds, the moving of funds, right? You need somebody else, right, who will check this and get at the reports, and you need somebody else who will make sure that this over here, so I move this cross. No one person can do so much things. Right? That's what, let me say, the person in Patreon squad tell me, it's going to feed them company. So how it look like, say, in a SSL, right, according to the narrative we have to shape up, a single employee can do everything under the sun. Jean and Panton by herself and on her own accord can do every single thing under the sun. Set up your account, move the money, right, authorize the money to come out, right, gather the statements, make the statements, send them across. Everything under the sun? Okay. And next thing, that last 900,000, right, what them say, was sent over between 2019 and 2022. That's over 100 million Jamaican dollars. This is what Jamaicans need to think about. How do we know local and international gangs don't use these same accounts and these same companies, right, like Scam Stocks Limited, to launder their money? Think about it. They want you to believe that a single bank staff, right, can do all of this. So that means, say, a gang, local or international, could also have a single bank staff, right, who give them the hookup, and now billions of dollars is being washed and stored by legit brokerage. How do we know this? How we know it's not happening? Because they might try to tell us, say, all of this take place in the SSL, and it's Gene and Panton alone, and one of Usain Bolt friend them pull it off. Right. So if that can happen, how do we know the Sinaloa cartel is not doing the same thing in Ironman? How do we know Clans and Wanada don't have these type of accounts in some brokerage firm with hundreds of millions of dollars where them get from extortion and them thing there? Just afloat around, legit wash, clean up and everything and sit on their account. How do we know? Because based on what these people are saying, they don't know what's happening inside of the companies them are run. And it is possible that somebody move $1 billion in and out and them don't know. So why would we take for them word for it? Answer that now. Answer that for me. Why would we take their word for it? Say, when them say, oh, don't worry, we're making sure that the industry this and industry that. But you're saying $1 billion go in and out of your company, right? And you don't know about it. In an effort to do PR damage control, they've made it worse. Because now I wonder, what kind of oversight them people are, right, are going with? And how many other companies are like this in Ariman? Where $1 billion can go in and out and they don't know what going on? At first, this was just about line fragmenting. But now we say, things like KYC and all them crap there don't stop white collar crime. I'm telling you that. All this while people go check this and check that and sign up on this and sign up on that. I mean, look how hard it is if you do a basic bank account. If you do the most basic thing, you have to sign up how much farm and sign up how much this, and you tell me say $1 billion go in and out of SSL. And none of the big wigs them, none of the boss them, none of the managers them who's supposed to oversee this don't catch it. But then when you get 3 different signature from Harry Potter, Naruto, and a JP, this system is crap. Better than get rid of it. Better than get rid of it because it's not stopping white collar crime, and it's just a waste working people time. So who knows? For all we know, El Chapo have some money in the Iron Man stash off somewhere in our brokerage. And since the people in charge don't know what go on, they cannot confirm or deny that, right? It's a big wig. You cannot confirm or deny that El Chapo have billions of dollars, right, washed and sitting in Iron Man because you don't know what's happening inside of your companies, right? Now think about this. Even if the person who withdrew the money from both account was a member of both team, he couldn't have kept sending statements to both, showing that the money had grown. This demonstrates 100% that there is a conspiracy at play, meaning multiple people involved, right, including SSL. Right? We already have the people who do the dirty work, but where does it stop? This is the thing, People are getting too caught up in those who mash the works. This is how people treat crime in Iron Man too. Right? People only concerned with the 87. How far up the ladder this go? Right? Which big wig involved? Big wigs are not stupid enough to withdraw funds using their name. What do you think was going to happen? You think you was going to say the name of one of Jamaica's most prominent families or most prominent bigwigs and take the money out of Usain Bolt account? You think you was going to say a bigwig name, right, attached to withdrawn by bigwig? That was never going to happen. Never. And as me say, it's just like crime. Yes, J-Bad is 87 who did the dirt and did the shooting, but at the done plan it, they done make the call, they done tell him where to find the target. Right? The kerosene, call him out of the yard and all them things there, and then J-Bad go shoot them. J-Bad get locked up, but the gang remains intact. It's the same thing going, right, when it comes down to financial crime. Yes, Gene and Panton is clearly the 87 in all of this. Let me repeat that. Gene and Panton is the 87 in all of this. But so much money, $1 billion in and out. But nobody know nothing at all about this. After the money gets withdrawn, right, by this quote-unquote member of the same board management team, right, where the money go? This is $1 billion. Right? It was never going to say withdrawn by bigwig. It was never going to say withdrawn by this top person. Never. The 87 that got withdrawn. But where the money go after that? This is what this investigation need to figure out. Right? We see say them have the 87 them already. Remember, SSL found out about Gene and Pantan's actions and still keep her on until the scandal busts. Such a person should have been dropped and police called the same day. It's like how NCB, them as them find somebody, you see the person at the news and lock up. Right? SSL kept her on. They kept them 87 in the streets, so to speak. This is extraordinary. Anyway, me see Prime Minister Umber come out and say, he did have money at SSL, but he remove it. Right, in September 2021. Right, he closed on the account and liquidated. Can a proper journalist ask him more about this? I'd love to know more. Normally, what people do with their account is none of my business. Right, but the Prime Minister, the serving Prime Minister, right, did have money in a SSL that we know see turns out to be a giant, worse than Ponzi scheme, right, and him suddenly liquidate and lock down the account. At this point, it's public interest. Why? Right, him hear something when nobody else not hear, him know something nobody else don't know, or him getting returns and he happy and just want to live. But these are questions worth asking. Right? This is the Prime Minister we are talking about, right? And clearly there's a link here to SSL. Right? So these questions are worth asking. Right? This is how transparency works. Right? So could a proper journalist, as Harding would say, right, see if they can get some work on this? I think the public, right, would be very interested. We also hear say the NHF, National Health Fund, they have money in SSL too. Right? But for their money wasn't touched. Interesting. And even though I go on from one time FSC did originally say the company Spookier and all that thing there, them have the NHF money still in the SSL. Matter of fact, to what them talk is like it's still there now. And they don't want them plan to move it, but that's bigger than me, right? That's big level thing. Clearly the experts them know what to do. For many video more want to see this. All this talk of FBI and all that. Are they going to send their best to help deal with Iron Man problem? Are they going to send the cream of the crap them have to deal with Iron Man problem? They're going to left whatever issues they're dealing with in Uncle Sam place, and there are many. Right? To go try start out Iron Man problem because it involves Usain Bolt. I mean, once again, I'm just asking some questions. I'm a little YouTuber. Right? Maybe this makes sense to you, but right? We'll see how it play out. Anyway, Patreon squad, be open yourself. Yeah, I don't know, more life. Vulture squad, see you certainly. Bless.